Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Angela, and I'm filming this in Singapore at the moment. For those of you who have been following me, you know that I've been living in London. Now I'm back in Singapore, and I'm so pleased to have a new guest with me, Sanaz, who is based in Brisbane, Australia. Hi,
Oh,
Sanaz. How are
hello,
you?
hello. Good. How are you?
Fantastic. How's the
Thanks for
weather
having me
in
on.
Yeah, how's the weather in Brisbane right now?
Oh, you know what? The weather was warming up and we were getting really excited. So I got the suitcase out to pack all my winter clothes. And then 2 days ago, it's like a blizzard and it started freezing. So we're back to cold now.
Wow,
That's
okay.
Brisbane for you. I can't complain very much.
Yeah. Well, it's
What about
hot all
there?
it's hot all the time in Singapore.
Oh,
Anyways, it's nice to be back home here for me.
yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, I understand that you also are a mom of two. I mean, I'm a mom of two. My children are a bit bigger. They're teenagers right now,
Well,
and
you tell me first then. Does it get harder or does it get easier?
it definitely for me it gets a lot easier.
Easier? Oh, that's good. That's
Easier,
okay with
and
my heart
I
too.
love it when they start to communicate, and I can be more like a friend to them than just being an authoritative figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, mine, I've got a 2.5 year old and a 4.5 year old at the moment. So, my 4.5 is going to start school next year in
Yeah.
January. So, so good. We're at a good stage. It's getting better. Like, obviously, my 2.5 year old is a lot more hands on still, but because I've got my 4 year old here, she kind of like looks up to him and tries to do things herself. And she's really like strong headed. So she tries to do everything herself. So we have a lot of fun with her, both of them. Yeah, but it's
Right.
full on work and kids and home
Yeah.
and everything you'd know.
Yeah, exactly.
You're throwing travel in there as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I've been traveling a lot, and yeah, and this is really one of the main reason why I chose this particular online business. Yeah. So tell us about
Yeah.
yourself. What you're doing,
Yes. So
and
I'm a real estate agent. Well, actually, stepping back from that, I'm an accountant actually by sort of my studies, my education that I got. I went to uni, got my accounting degree, worked in accounting for a couple of years, and realized it bored me to death. And I wanted to run away from it. And so I went after something that sort of you deal with people a bit more. So I went into marketing, and then from there I went into real estate. So I've been working as a real estate agent for about over 10 years now, and I still do, and I love it. But it got to a point where, when I got married and started thinking about having a family, I started to think about the fact that I actually needed to diversify. It wasn't going to cut it anymore to just have that one source of income, one option. And what am I going to do when the kids are born? Leave them, 6 days a week, going to, work for 12 hours a day, coming back home. And even on Sundays, I was on the phone. So that's when I started to think about online business. And then the rest is history. After a couple of years of search, we finally found this business, this
mhm.
wonderful community that I'm a part of, and I get to meet lovely people like yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
What about yourself?
so that is really the key topic that we would like to discuss and share with our viewers today is why even professionals like ourselves, we have to diversify, or anyone, it's never a good idea to put all your eggs in one basket, and the importance of having a plan B. So
Yeah.
Sanes, yeah, please tell us, why you're doing this, why it's so important to have this plan B.
Absolutely. Some people also do ask, like they go, if you're a real estate agent, why would you have the need to have an online business? And diversification is just, it's so important. And I think in your younger days, you sometimes, actually, I know some young people who are in this business, and I say, you're way smarter than me. Good on you for starting it early. But, you know, in my younger days, I did not think about that. In my 20s, the last thing I was thinking about, you know, it was like, yep, get a good paying job,
Yes.
forget about a business, don't think about diversification. And then as you sort of progress in life, you realize you can't put all your eggs in the one basket. So when you diversify, you've got opportunity for growth. If you're doing your one line of work, well, you can be brilliant in that, but that's it. Like, it's, you know, that's all. You're not going any further than that. Whereas when you do have different sources of income, and for me personally, I'm going to just keep diversifying. My plan is not to even have one online business; it's to have multiple. And you know, you've got to diversify because it gives you a sense of financial security. Like for myself, I mean, a lot of people get a salary. My job is not like, even if I work for myself, but even if I was working for somebody else, I wouldn't be getting a salary. My livelihood depends on commissions. So what if, you know, the market is down, or there's a month that I'm not making as much sales, or there's a couple of months where I'm not making sales? I mean, look at COVID. You know,
Exactly.
we had to do everything differently in terms of real estate agents, you know, the way we show property, it was all virtual, like so many things changed. So when
I
you
think COVID was really a wake-up call for everyone.
yeah, and I think a lot of people in this business, you probably agree that they didn't even think about diversification until COVID came along, and they thought, oh wow, we have no backup plan, we've got no other option. But when, like for me, if I don't have any income, or if I have less income from my real estate 1 month or 1 week, I know that this business is there to sort of fill in the gap. So in terms of stress levels with 2 kids, everything that I've got to do for them, and our, you know, being a wife, maintaining a house, all of that, the last thing I need, and my husband, is to have that stress of, oh, are we going to be able to pay the bills this month? Oh, what if, you know, I mean, I'm lucky, like my husband's an engineer, he's got a stable income, but you know that in these sort of countries like Australia, Canada, US, like one income just does not cut it. Like, you know, so you need multiple sources of income to sort of keep your stress levels and your sanity with all the inflation. You're not going to worry about the price of avocado becoming this and the price of
Yes,
eggs.
yes, and inflation is a huge topic for everyone now.
Oh yeah, like everyone's suffering from it, like from, you know, every aspect, to like the kids' sports, to groceries, to cost of everything to do with living is increasing. So when you diversify, you've got this security blanket that you've got multiple sources of income coming in. Um, and the other thing is the adaptability as well, because if you've got that skill, when COVID comes up and you can't work, for example, as an agent for a little while, you know that you can sit behind your laptop, or you can grab your phone and you've got income, you know. So yeah, there's a lot. I think if I was going to talk about diversification, I could go on and on because I'm so passionate about it. And I just think anybody successful that you sort of look at has cash flow from multiple sources. They never ever have just one source. Um,
Exactly.
you know, and if you start to listen to these podcasts and different things, you never hear anyone go, yep, go for one source of income and you'll be good as gold.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Any successful wealthy person always have multiple sources of income.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
about risk mitigation. You know, you've got to have a plan for your risk. You know, you can't just. And as your life grows, you know, you've got family, you've got things, you've got your home. You know, you can't put it all at risk with just one source of income. So you need to do this to have your own backup plan, and obviously a backup plan for your I guess retirement days as well. You know,
Yeah, yeah. And
what are your
and
thoughts on it?
yeah, so I mean, for me, it's the same. I mean, I used to be a corporate professional for about 20 years, and but one of the things I've always done is I've always diversified my portfolio as well. I mean, I do other investments as well, you know, property, equity. as well, investments.
Yeah.
When I found this particular online business, and the fact that I'm able to do it just in a few hours a day, 1 or 2 hours a day in
Yeah.
different pockets of time, in my daily routine. It's not difficult at all. In fact, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to be posting on social media. I mean, we're already doing that,
We're doing that.
in our
Yeah.
leisure time. So when I found out that there's actually a way to monetize it without actually having to become an influencer, plus the business model, the income stream, it's has a accelerating multiplier effect that grows to infinity. I'm like amazed. I was convinced,
Yeah.
and the risk is hardly any. So yeah, so I mean, I definitely encourage anyone who is looking or even remotely curious about how to monetize your personal social media branding.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, it's
mean,
the best
the
thing
only
for you.
risk is not actually checking it out, in my opinion. That's the only risk. If you don't check it out for yourself, and if you're after something like this, I know even a lot of people who they were not particularly like. For me, I was searching for an online business. Like I was so passionately searching.
So was I.
I had to, yeah, like it would if it wasn't this, it'd be another one. But I'm so lucky that I actually found this one
Yeah.
because none of the other ones had the same business model. Um,
Yes.
but I know a lot of people in this business that were actually not even looking. But once they saw the opportunity, they were like, "Oh, anybody can do it. Why not? Who doesn't want extra part-time cash? Like, who's
Yeah.
gonna say no, thank you. I don't need any extra money."
Yeah, yeah. Who doesn't want that additional money that's earning for them while they're sleeping, right?
Yeah, exactly. A global business. And back in the old days before internet, where you would talk about a global business, it would be something like so far, like who would be able to do that? Like, oh, it has to be these big CEOs or, like
Yeah, and
these
all
big
the
experienced
logistics.
businessmen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
because for me, I knew I wanted to do something that's global because everyone knows how small Singapore is, how small the market is, and I needed something that was beyond a single country reach. So I was looking for
yeah,
something like that online, but I didn't want to have the hassle and headache of like logistics, sourcing for products, because obviously there's other business models that that does all these drop shipping with Amazon, for example. But it's
yeah.
not as easy as what people say it is, because I looked at it thoroughly, and we have
That's
other
where risk
business.
comes in.
Yeah, no, we also have business. We have proof of this. We also have business partners who have done this whole Amazon FBA business and failed miserably, or even those ebooks or things on Etsy. So we have a whole wealth of experience from other business partners that have tried and tested other online
Yeah.
businesses, and when they found this particular online business, this is really the one.
And
Um,
because with those ones as well, you're on your own. With this one, you're not
yes,
on your own. Like we're a whole
yes,
community and
yes,
you're sort of rewarded for helping each other grow. So
exactly.
it's just a winning model. Whereas with the other ones, it's like you're opening a store. Like you're going to open a coffee shop. Like either it works or it doesn't. Even people like
Yeah,
your coffee or
yeah,
they don't like your coffee. Whereas with this, it's completely different. So yeah,
yeah,
it's a blessing that we've found this platform.
yeah. You're absolutely right, because when you have to do it alone, it's a lot more difficult. Definitely two heads is better than one, but in this case, we have over 170,000 heads in our
Yeah,
community that we can leverage on.
that's
And
powerful.
all, yeah. So when you have all the learnings of our community, a tested and proven system, it's really no reason why we will not succeed. Our system has been proven for the last 7 years, make over 7 years right now. Mm,
Yeah.
and it costs nothing for people to just come and check us out. Yeah.
Yeah. How can they check us out?
Yeah, so we have our email and our websites here. So if any one of you want to check us out, please go and register on our website. There is a free webinar that you can attend. And if you really want to, check it out and know the exact business model, there will be a small fee, 149, but it's completely risk-free. It's a 30-day trial. But the first thing that you need to do is
Wonderful.
just come and check us out. The webinar is completely free. We have our live webinar. So hopefully we see all of you or any of you on the other side.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you guys all there.
Yeah.
For a better life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to chat with you again soon.
Thanks, Angela. It was great chatting with you.
Yeah,
Bye,
thank you.
everyone.
All right. Bye, everyone.